Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you are new here, and today I'm going to take you around my home and show you some different spaces that I have organized and give you some ideas on kind of small space storage solutions. If you're like me, you might live in a little bit of a smaller home, especially according to today's standards. I read somewhere recently that the average home is somewhere around 2,500 to 2,700 square feet, which to me seems absolutely enormous. Our home is 1,600 square feet, which I feel like is pretty average. I don't know how big your home is. Maybe your home is smaller than mine, maybe your home is bigger than mine. But if you're like me, you're always kind of looking for ways to really amp up your storage and make it practical and make it usable without making it feel overwhelming and cluttered and like it's something that you have to spend a ton of money on. So I'm not about spending a ton of money on storage and organization. While I love to walk through the container store just as much as the next girl I know, I do not like the prices, and I definitely don't want to go drop hundreds of dollars on that kind of stuff. It's just not my thing. Maybe it's your thing. That's awesome if it is, but it's not mine. And if you're here watching this video, then I bet that you're looking for some really practical storage solutions to help you organize your smaller home or your smaller rooms or just a small space that you have that you need to really organize well. So I'm gonna take you around and show you just a few different ways and some really easy practical tips that you can implement today, like right now, that are super easy to really amp up your storage, really make you feel like you're organizing your space well, like you're getting the most out of your space, but also at the same time, like you're not feeling like you're just cramming things in just to store things, because that is not my thing either. My thing is I'm not here to tell you to keep all of the things and to make your storage solutions as practical as possible so that you can keep everything. That is not my thing. My thing is to live simply and to only keep what you absolutely have to have. But we're human, we buy things, we have to have things, we have to store things. If you have children, then you have their things to store as well. So we need to have some practical solutions. So today, let's get started. I'm gonna walk you around my home and let's see how we can organize our spaces together. All right, now we are in my laundry room, and my laundry room is actually a laundry closet. This is just the space that we have. We are blessed to have this space. I look at it as a blessing, even though there are times that I would absolutely love to have a nice, huge, beautiful walk-in laundry room. That is not what we have, and that is okay, because I'm looking at this as a blessing. So our laundry closet, it's just that, it's a closet. You don't even have really room to step in. You're in the hallway, and we just tried to make the best of it. So obviously our washer and dryer are down here. Above our washer and dryer, we did add these shelves over here. So we added 3 shelves along with this cabinet. Now, I'm all about using vertical space. So if you see my shelves go all the way to the ceiling, I used hidden baskets. So I have baskets here, I have baskets up here. While I think clear baskets have their place, in this space here, I think my kind of hidden baskets work better. You could use a basket, that has a liner, or you can use a woven basket. For the things that I'm storing in here, I already know what's in there, and I like that it's hidden and it's more visually appealing. So I've even had space to kind of add and use this as kind of a nice, pretty space. So if anybody comes in my house and they open these doors, they're not gonna see all kinds of mess. While I might have laundry going, this is still overall pretty organized. We've also used, you'll see here and then over here on this side as well, that we have hangers because we do hang dry a lot of our clothes. So we've kind of used the space that we have practically. We also have some here on our doors. You can see this one here, and we have one on our other door where we can hang our clothes. I think that you need to be really careful and use your vertical space. And do not underestimate the power of a good basket. You don't have to spend a lot of money on these. These are from Walmart. I want to say, they're probably 5 years old now, and I think they still have similar ones. But I'm telling you, the dollar store has wonderful baskets, and you can get something like this for $3 to $5 at Walmart or Home Goods. Just kind of shop around. Don't feel like you have to go spend $20 per basket, because you definitely don't. Another place to look for baskets is the thrift store. I think that you can find a ton of nice baskets there. Okay, so on this side, I'm gonna kind of give you guys a peek inside this cabinet. We also added this shelf right above our washing machine, and this is a perfect place for us to have a few extra bins just for things for storage. If we need extra things, I keep like things like clothespins here, and then like my garment bags, that kind of stuff. It's really easy to access, and they're hidden away. I can get to them easily. Everybody knows where they are. If somebody else is doing laundry, it's perfect. Up here in our cabinet, we really use baskets even more in here. So this bottom shelf is perfect. We don't need to organize everything perfectly. Make it easily accessible. So I've seen in other, beautiful Pinterest images, people will take these things and they'll put them into a basket. And to me, that's not practical. To me, that's just one more step. I have to get the basket down and pull the thing out. We don't always have to put something in a basket, so don't feel like you do. For me, this is hidden behind a cabinet. I don't care as much if this isn't visually appealing as I would if it was sitting on this open shelf. So for me, I just put in here what I use, and we only keep what we use. So then I keep my cleaning rags here, and then we have these 3 smaller bins up here. And those 3 smaller bins hold things like our command hooks, our batteries, light bulbs, that kind of stuff. Stuff that we do need to access and that are kind of like utilitarian stuff that we need to keep on hand, but we don't need to get to super often, but they're easily accessible here. They don't have to be hidden away. They're not in a junk drawer. They're not in our garage up in a high shelf. We can get to them when we need to. Over here, you'll also notice that we keep all of our hangers here. So we do hang dry most of our clothes. I know that that's probably not as normal as I kind of thought initially when I, became a wife and a mom, that I thought it was. It's not that normal, but that's what we do. It works for us. I am tall, my husband's tall, my kids are tall. So if we dry things kind of tend to shrink up. And so I've also noticed that our clothes last a lot longer when we hang dry things. So that's just another benefit. But so we do keep our hangers here. They're easily accessible. Plus my kids have a place to return their hangers when I tell them to kind of tidy up. You know what I mean, moms? If your kids have, hangers kind of strewn about, or they're kind of all falling out of the closet, I can say, hey, go get your hangers and go put them in the laundry room. And then they're easily accessible for me when I am hanging up laundry after it gets washed in the washing machine. Okay, so my next tip on how to organize your home if you need some small space storage solutions is to use furniture that has a good amount of storage in it. Now, I think sometimes we can want to buy storage furniture and just to kind of shove things in. So that is not my tip. Do not do that. Do not buy things just to hold clutter. That is not what we are here to do. But if you have some practical things that your family uses on a regular basis that you do need to store away, then I think finding furniture that has some practical storage in it can be a really good solution. So you'll see behind me, this is a cabinet that is below our television. And in here, we store things like our family's board games, along with our movies and our Bibles and our devotionals. These are all things that we access either at least weekly, if not daily. So they're things that we're getting into all the time. They are things that we use, and they are things that bring our family a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. So we want to keep those things. We don't want to just get rid of things just to get rid of them, just to, live a minimalist lifestyle. We want to keep things that we're using. So I'm going to kind of show you how we have stuff stored in here and how we use this practically. So you will see that this cabinet has 2 cabinets and 3 drawers. So this cabinet on the left holds more of my kids' games. So these are games that my kids will get out to play with when they want to do something fun, if it's a rainy day or something. The right holds some more games. These are a little bit more of either family games. A few of these are games my husband and I play. And then we just kind of have, obviously this looks kind of messy, you guys, but this is normal. This is real life for us. So these are kind of more card games and smaller games that my kids might get to regularly. But this holds what we need. It's practical, but I also know that this is my limit. If we were to receive another gift of a game, this is pretty full, so we probably would have to get rid of something, and that's fine. This top drawer holds our family's Bibles and devotionals, as well as the 2 controllers for our gaming system. This next drawer holds just our DVDs, which we don't reach for as often now that we have Disney Plus. And then this last drawer holds video games and then a few workout DVDs. So like I said earlier, use your storage furniture as your limits. So when it gets to the point of being somewhere around 75% full and you feel like you can get to everything easily, that is your limit. Then you say, if I get something new that fits into this category that needs to be stored here, then that might mean that I need to get rid of something old that we're not using anymore. My third favorite tip when you are trying to organize in a small space is to make things easily accessible for you. For me, my favorite thing to use in the kitchen is a Lazy Susan. In my spice cabinet behind me, I have used the Lazy Susans to organize my spices, as well as like the vinegars and oils and all of that kind of stuff on the top shelf. And then I've also used tiered trays or tiered stands to organize my canned goods back here. My canned goods, I try to give myself a limit of, if I have too many canned goods in this one space, then I have too many and I need to use up what I already have before I buy new. And this really gives me a good limit, but I can see everything that I have on hand without having to take a serious inventory. I know what I need to use up before I buy new. And I keep my spices organized in the same way. I know that I don't really need more than what I can fit on those two small Lazy Susans. If I have more than that, then I probably have things that I'm not using regularly. So those things need to go. This also helps me to keep from buying duplicates because I can quickly spin that thing around, see what I have, and not have to repurchase things when I already have it on hand. Now, while I hope that you guys found some ideas on how to kind of come up with some good small space storage solutions for your small home or small space, I do not want to overlook the power of just simplifying your home. Now, most of us, obviously we live lives, we do need to have some storage in our homes, but we always need to declutter first. Organizing clutter is still just clutter stuffed in a closet, no matter how organized it is, no matter how many labels you use, no matter how many bins or baskets you use, it is still clutter that you are not using, that you don't need in your home. So before you attempt any organizing project, before you add any storage to your home, my suggestion is always declutter first. And I have a whole list of videos, I will make sure to link them below, on how to declutter if you're feeling overwhelmed and how to declutter your closet and just maintaining a clean and clutter-free home and how you can do that without feeling overwhelmed. Now, with that being said, please remember that I am a mom and I have 2 children and my home is very simplified, but that does not mean that I'm never overwhelmed by my home. I am. But I will say that since we have simplified our home, it's very rare for me to feel very overwhelmed because I know and I am very aware that if there is a mess, it can be cleaned up quickly because everything has a place to return to and the mess just isn't as big. It's just a smaller mess because we just don't have as much stuff. I hope that you found these tips helpful. If you did, please hit that like button so that I know to make more videos just like this. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I hope that you guys have a great week and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.